Hopefully I didn't drop it too low. I just restarted the stream. Alright, well, we were talking here. Looks like bot got 6 on Brand and just hit them with all the spells and completely killed the Seraphines. Meanwhile, cross map, Trundle went to Russ and took them. I'm gonna pull up the stream as well. See if I can figure it out. Possibly I just had the bill rate way too high. I see what you mean by freezes. It's like borderline watchable, but not there yet. Apparently my upload is not great. Hang on. Okay. Let's see if this changes. Yeah. I dropped the bitrate once again. It is now approximately half of what it was when it started happening, and I don't have any other programs that can do it. Yeah, it looks like, at least on my end, it's kind of potato, but smooth now. Let me know if that is the case for y'all.
Potato, I feel like, is better than choppy.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. So, I'm going to keep an eye on this. Other than that, bot lane attempting to hit back here, but Seraphine gets caught in the bobble. They really just can't move themselves. And in the top lane, Targon goes for play, gets to cannon, gets to Galio, and turns into just a straight up brawl. Galio goes down trying to pick off the Trundle in the team. However, he pumps down and picks up the Trundle.
Ooh, they got caught in the side garden.
Unfortunately, Veigar did roam up, yeah, and just finished the play in favor of Targon. Really do not mind a one for Targon here, I think. And anything is something for Crystal Scar, but it's already up to a 3,000 gold difference. If we look at the... Apparently hitting tab turns off the scoreboard, so I will not do that. Look at the gold diff here. We're seeing it in mostly on the top side here. Most individual gold lead is on the set, but a little bit of a lead on pretty much everybody. Not unlosable for Targon, but they are already in the lead, as you might expect. Set coming mid to swim into Galio. Definitely.
I don't think he does better into Galio than Veigar does. I feel like he kind of bashes face in at him.
Yeah, this feels more for the... something that looks good on paper, or to get developed at, but not necessarily for
Ooh, nice killer.
Huge killer from Trundle, and they come in and just kill the Galio again. Doesn't really matter how good the matchup is on paper if you are just executing better.
I feel like Crystal Scar needs to slow it down. They have a better level 6, they have a better team fight if they could just get there without all dying multiple times.
Yeah, completely agree. You really have to be able to bring it back, and honestly, you just have to like play super safe and not interact almost, and they're doing a lot of interacting.
Like Trundle, Set, Brand, all of them just kind of want to fight, and the other team wants to get to level 6 safely. I wouldn't try fighting that team unless I have 3 other people.
Yeah, you really need a second. You want the 5v5, but you don't want the 5v5 if Veigar's 3-0, Set's 2-0, Brand has got a CS lead and is 1-0. Looks like they're trying it again on mid, but Galio's a lot safer of a spot, so he just gives the Galio the Trundle a couple warning shots and he walks away. Bit of a skirmish happening in the bot lane now. You see the ult Wombo come down, but it's really staggered. Tiger doesn't get anything. And the Rector can't decide what to do. Bot lane's already dead, so huge 3v3 in the top lane. Icon in the back, but he is set. He's really happy to be in the back, and can just tank it all until Twindle comes back in. Targon will be really strong on all fronts, gonna take the drug, and they're so far ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that bot lane fight would have went way better if they just decided to walk back after almost killing the
Completely agree.
brand.
Looks like they weren't quite on the same page, which is unfortunate. They would have had the free kill with more retaliation if they were able to step into one of the ults. Alright. And it is officially now Targon's game to lose. We're gonna see Katie Conklin try to hold this top turret. Set it completely unimpressed. Going for the 1v1. Sees cannon, starts back. With this, how do you think we see Crystal Scar have a chance in this game combo?
I think they have to realize how they have to play out the team fights. They need to play them together as 5. Their champs are way weaker in these skirmishes where you don't have your whole team there.
Yeah.
Because the Keenan, Wukong, Galio, they don't have enough damage to deal with the rest. But on the flip side, MF and Seraphine don't have enough heal to fight on their own. They need to have everyone there so that the team fight works.
Yeah, I don't quite think we're past this stage where everybody pressing R can win them the fight. I think there's still a chance if they get the right play or they take a pitched battle, they can go and get a few kills. I really want to see more vision control from red side though, because as you can see there's a lot of blue vision that we took it over briefly. Plenty of wards in the river everywhere you need them to be. And Rap's looking pretty dark for red, so question is, how do you safely get your Seraphine around the map to do that? Because they're just keeping her bot right now, and I kind of understand the pressure with that lack of vision.
Yeah, I feel like that ship has sailed 14 kills ago, though.
Yeah.
I feel like the vision got you those deaths, and now you can't get it back.
Yeah, it is definitely what started this. You just have to fix it somehow, and I'm not sure how you get there. Okay, Wukong goes for the initiate on Vhagar. Not much follow-up. They're trying to walk it. However, they do get 2 for this. Trundle in the back lane now on the Misfortune. She has to flash away. Kennen dies to Vhagar Cage and all. If you are Crystal Scar, I think that's the best. You take that every day. Alright, Trundle moving up, nearly dying to the CC, but does live.
And they are just letting Set take towers, though. I feel like you don't need 3 people to stop these people from being made. Either one of them could just clear the wave.
Something I see a lot in a lot of games, certainly even mine, is people try too hard to defend tier 1s. It may be 16 minutes, but that turret's got 100 HP. You are not going to be able to hold that if Vhagar puts a cage down and autos at once. So
Galio should have been there either alone or with the Seraphine, and MF should have went to somewhere else. But
yeah, you certainly don't need 3. Alright. Targon.
Let's see if they can stop this dragon stacking. They're coming in for the team fight. Keenan should be flanking this drag.
You see a bit of a whip combo from Brand there. He has no ult. He didn't really get much out of his pulse. But it's not enough. They get the Drake.
I feel like they could have contested that easily.
Yeah, completely. They had 3 or 4. They had 4 people there. I think that it was a missed opportunity for sure.
No vision. There's really Set has been doing this rift for like 3 minutes now, and no one has even looked.
See if I can do anything about that. Oops. It looks like I don't need to go into stream. I don't need to restart the stream to fix the bitrate, which is very nice. We're gonna try to get it a little lower quality so it doesn't stutter at all. Alright, looks like we're have a bit of a catch out, potentially on Trundle in the jungle. This does not end up happening. Nami and Set cover him, and Crystal Scar was the backs off. Gold lead already at 10k for Targon. I really do want to see Crystal Scar stay in this though. I think that they... You know, this is Hextech. We could always see some chain inting going on, and if they can get to that number, even 7k or 5k, they're back in that range where the 5 ults can win the team fight.
Yeah, I feel like that's been Targon's weakest link every game so far that they've lost, is that they get the lead early on, but they don't know how to keep it. At some point, it turns away from being 100% their win to just their loss.
For sure.
So you could see that happen this game too.
Yeah, Crystal Scar has the comp punish. We do see Set, after having taken a Herald, come bot here, and he's going to go crash it into the turret. Unfortunately, giving that turret, which I do appreciate. You're not holding that in your position. Okay, we have a fight breaking out. We have some ult combo, and it's coming in on Nibella, looking to try to pick up the shutdown, but gets healed with damage and absolutely explodes.
I feel like that was almost a good fight. I feel
So
like
close.
just a little bit better layering of ults and they kill there.
Absolutely, yeah, it was so close. But so unfortunate, Ken was just a little late, and they really weren't able to keep people in the MF ult, it felt like. So, meanwhile...
Yeah, I feel like if MF just realized Cannon was coming in and held their ult just a little bit,
then the ult on the Kennen ult could have done a lot while they were both getting for sure. I don't know if I like this alternator from the Kennen as well, second item. In this game, it feels like you have to have the Zanyas to soak pressure. I really think. I'm no expert in Kennen builds, but I don't know if it's the play to go for more damage at this point.
yeah, at this point he needs to just work on trying to get kills secured versus trying to do more damage.
Trade flashes, Trundle isn't enough, and Trundle just trolls all over Kennen's face.
Trundle doing what he does best, just clicking Q and then walking away.
Lead is now up to 14k going 5th. We're seeing Targon cluster around the Baron, while Crystal Scar farms and licks their wins.
The thing about pushing in this early without being able to like end or do much damage is that the enemy team just gets to clear waves and you can't really contest them without running in past the tower.
I really, on that note, I really like that Set did not pick the inhibitor when he took the open turret. I think pre-20-minute inhibitor is actually a mistake a lot of the time you see people make, and especially, first of all, it's an overstand itself. And second is it gives the enemies a big gold source since each super minion is worth one cash. So we see red side come down to bot side for Drake and to see if they can push Set off. They do succeed in getting Set from the back. They're looking to get wards into this Soul Drake, and it looks like this might be the last stand. I don't know. What do you think about this fight at this point?
I think if Targon goes in unprepared, they will lose this fight. I think they need to pick off somebody or come at it from an angle that doesn't involve Trundle just running at them.
I agree.
As long as they have 5, or Crystal Scar has 5.
I agree. If you see Tatum on the front line and you get your ults down, it's Tatum's going down for sure. He's not that tanky. But huge cage from Vagar. Absolutely button on the Wukong. And it runs into dies too. They try to set up no wombo, but I mean, Targon's just hitting them at their wall at this point.
That looked like each Chris on Crystal Scar had a good play.
Individually.
And
But they happened sequentially instead of all at once, unfortunately.
yeah, it was 5 separate hero plays.
And with that, we see a surrender vote. Alright, game 1 goes over to Targon. Is that the first surrender vote in Chemtech?
I think it is.
Targon adding to their illustrious record with getting the first surrender of the season. And with that, we're going to be seeing game 2. So, on that note, does this work? Yeah, okay. Let me make this wide again. This look good? Ish. We'll get there. Talk to me about game 2, Combo.
I hope Crystal Scar just cleans it up. I feel like it was 20% better. Like, if they do 20% better, it's a way better game just in general.
Yeah.
Like, if they just learn how to time their ults just a little bit tighter. Because most of the ults came at really good times, just not
together. If they press their R buttons at once, they win some of those mid-game team fights for sure.
Like, it's not a thing that you can, like, plan. It's just a thing in the moment you have to know to do. So I think maybe it was the first game jitters. It was they didn't quite have the comms to pull it off. But I feel like just they're so close.
Yeah.
Like, even that last fight, the enemy team, like, almost died just by stepping up a tiny bit.
I agree. Do we think there's anything that needs to happen with the draft on either team side?
I think Targon they have a good draft, but it's harder to execute their draft because they have to make sure that each of their lanes doesn't get caught once by any of the other lanes.
Yeah, for sure. I like that draft if Crystal Scar tries another team fight comp again, like we were saying, and you were saying, if you don't want to interact or play for skirmishes early like Crystal Scar's team did game 1, then you can pick the harder to execute comp because they're not going to be like super in your face trying to stop you from getting your lanes at.
I do think Galio was kind of weak in that comp, though. Because I feel like if you have 4 people who do AP, your damage is all samey. So Trundle, Set, they can just build 1 AP. Or 1 MR item and just be fine, right? Yeah. So I think they need to have another top that's not Keenan if you're going to do a Galio mid.
I agree. I think the solo laners are the weak links there. I don't know if you need 5 champions pressing R is the thing. I agree with Ben in chat. And the other thing is, I don't think that was the best performance I've seen from Chase ever. I don't know how much champion mastery he has on Kennen. I don't want to call him out. But I think that there are a lot of picks we can get him in the top lane that make a lot of sense.
I think that was a classic case of misjudging Set's E.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking his full damage to the face, and then you just being behind the whole time because now he can keep doing that.
Also, when League is a game of inches, you make the one mistake, then especially in top lane, you're just screwed for the whole lane. So,
especially as Keenan, where you die in 3 hits. If he was playing somebody tankier, he probably would have not died immediately there.
I would love to see him run it back and play the lane a little more conservatively and try to impact the mid-game and team fights a lot more as well.
I would like to see a Garen here. Something like a Garen. Right? Because he can front line. They don't want Garen to run in. That basically lets him just run at them. And if they focus the Garen, oh, you get Seraphine ulted, MF ulted. Oh, you get Galio ulted because Garen just kind of sits there in your face, and you have to deal with them.
Yeah. It's, another... I think that's a flaw more of Kennen. Kennen does a lot of damage, but if you're ulting into some bulky team members, you're really not super happy with your output because you're gonna get your ult, you're gonna get your dash, you're gonna get your follow-up chain lightning, and I mean the Trundle and set will laugh at you. So
Yeah.
you have to be really on top of getting to the backline and finding those creative flanks too.
Yeah, you're, but that also requires your support putting up stuff because Cannon can't set up his own flanks, like, or I guess TP ganks. So the lack of vision anywhere also made it so that Cannon couldn't do his job. It was like a cascading effect of no wards.
Yeah, it's really... If I am Crystal Scar Game 2, I hesitate. I really want to see Chase's Yone. I just know how complicated that champion is from playing it myself. It would be a rough time when your opponent just has to press Haymaker and you cry. I agree.
I think
like
that would be good in this comp.
Maybe. I think Yone would work. I think you just have to execute on a level that is really difficult. Malphite could bring a lot of the same engage and follow-up potential, and it's the Hextech classic. So if you want to press our champion where you don't feel pressure to do anything in terms of the early game or like you abuse your range, that's always an option. We are having a little bit of a delay, but we will be back in game 2 soon. In the meantime, I think we have some more Laldol to get to. We did Classic, we did Quote. And we should have a draft link coming in shortly here. As soon as I have it, I'll pull it up. Alright, we've got the icon. We've got some... I think I know what this is, and it's upside down. But I'll let chat make some guesses here if they want.
I want to say... I think it's Garen.
Garen? We'll try Garen. This one goes out to you, Ben.
Nope.
What if we did Vayne? Alright, Ben, who is it? Tell us.
Oh, it looks like Garen's shoulders.
I will say, I think it's upside down. Does Garen throw playing cards, Ben? Because I'm pretty sure I got beaten by the world's strangest Garen in our first match.
I think he does. You just gotta have the skin.
Leona. We'll try it.
Ooh, wrong.
Damn.
Come back again when you know who it is.
Kale, sure. I know it's not Kale, but I'll do Kale. As a Kale enjoyer. We already tried Garen, dumbass. Sorry, I shouldn't say that on stream.
You can't say that. Banned.
Okay, alright, cancelled. Get me off the stream. We gotta do a little bit of Flaming Milton. Lulu, sure. Jace? Do we want the clue?
No. He says it's Garen again. I guess you gotta type in Garen again.
They won't let me. Let's go to the name clue. Alright, with the name clue. Alright, where's the link? I never got a stream
Oh,
draft link. No draft
Chrono
link.
Break. That's
Good.
Echo. Right.
Alright, we've got the draft. Let's
Oh, that's what
stop
it is.
flaming Milton. Let's get into the draft for game 2. Alright. We're getting this draft started. Alright, we've got Crystal, Warm, and Cozy Scarf versus Targon. Do we expect any changes in bans, or do we think that Targon's champion pools are just too big?
I think if I'm Crystal Scar and I can pick the same champs, I would go mostly the same champs I picked last time. I don't think anything that went wrong that game was because of who I was playing. Or, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, first ban we see is... I would have to reference the first draft. We do see... Instead of the top side bans, we see Lone Wolf's Hui being banned. Hui is a popular pick and ban this BoozeBash cross bracket. See the same Alawi from Targon, makes sense. We see Brand as well, so looks like a bit of a focus Lone Wolf kind of angle here from Crystal Scar's draft. I definitely see where they're going with that, but I think you're just going to see something new in that case. Moo from Targon makes sense. You want to keep them off of the easy engage junglers.
Well, they banned their own Wukong.
And they banned their own Wukong. So, interesting choice from Crystal Scar. Same third ban. Ban Zac, really powerful jungler, real powerful top lane. Just a good ban. Alright. They got the Lux though, so we're going to see Lux probably in the bot lane, but don't know for sure. Alright. Targon responding with Jinx, potentially, and... Set again. Makes sense if you feel like it's good, you feel like you can play it, just rip the set. Caitlyn coming out, really classic bot lane, lots of heavy poke. We'll see if Gwen Shapiro and wait for it can execute on that.
Oh, so that was a steal from Lone Wolf.
True, big value pick there. Seraphine as the third pick, interesting. So it's likely going to be Seraphine support again for Gwen Shapiro, and Lux will be going mid for Mochi Bot. Keeps it away from Lone Wolf, and now he is on his fourth champion. So it'll be interesting to see what it is.
Crystal Scar needs to really think about who they want their front line to be in here, because I'm not seeing it so far.
Yeah, especially when the Targon can just slam Trundle and make it a worse value. So... Alright, from Targon, they're just banning more frontline. Maokai banned for, I would guess, Katie. Alright, we're seeing some mid lane bans here now. Veigar away from Dibella.
Dream frontline for Crystal Scar here.
I'm
Kane.
I'm not sure I like the Veigar ban. Veigar struggles a lot into poke, and you've got a lot of poke here. Nico comes out. I know that Dibella plays a lot of Nico, so I guess they want to see the Ahri. Ari's a really great pickup here. I think that's exactly the kind of champion you want to facilitate. Put damage down onto poke champions if you're not trying to poke back. And
What's a Rocco?
I think that's a great pick. You want to keep your front line alive into all this poke as they go in, so it's going to help keep them from getting completely destroyed if held at arm's length. Alright, we see the Ornn from Crystal Scar.
Are we going to see a Kayn? Ornn Kayn would go hard here.
I think so too. We see a Nocturne. I don't hate the Nocturne, but again, like the Kennen last game, you're gonna have to see really, really smart engages from the Nocturne onto the right people, or it's just gonna be a disaster. So
I don't know how I feel about the Nocturne. The problem with the Nocturne pick is that any fight is just going to be Nocturne going in. They don't really have any follow-up for him, is the issue.
I think you have the Ornn ult and the Seraphine ult, but then, I mean...
You have to do it like the second he ults.
Yeah.
If you mistime that at all, Nocturne's just going to get one shot, 1v5.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, especially with Ahri, who can just dash away from the Nocturne. You really only have one target here. You can't go on Jinx if Soraka's not dead, so you have to be able to ult Soraka repeatedly. I'm not sure how I feel about these drafts. I like Targon's a lot. I think it does basically the same thing it did game 1 with some different picks. Yeah, on the flip side, I think Nocturne can play with the team, use R to deny vision, and then maybe only go if you see like a really good pick. If you're relying on Ornn to start the fight and you're pressing R mid-fight as well, that is, you know, that's also a pretty good strategy. So you can press R on somebody who's been Lux binded, you can press R on the Soraka after frontline gets ulted, something. We are about to go into drafts, so...
Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back before the game starts, though.
Sounds good. I will play Laldol with chat.
Yes, sir.
While we wait. Alright, we got a snowflake here. What do we think this is? I'll make this smaller so you can see game status while we wait.
Tyrant. Are you certain?
I think it's a Sandra. Oh, it's not. Maybe Anidia?
The joke's on you!
Looks like it was Anidia. Alright, any guessers for the piece of metal and burning rock? What champion is this?
Art can shed light on our fears.
Coward. May you die with your eyes closed.
Alright, you are right though. This is a little small to do a guessing game. Oh, trust me, I don't see much else.
Tragic.
I'm gonna keep the bands up so y'all can observe the band spelling meta. Alright, what do we got here? I have no idea who to guess. I would just guess Garen or something. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna guess Garen. Okay. I think I kind of smurfed that, to be honest. Splash. That's like Desert Trooper Garen, I think. Yeah. Alright, is it Pokedol time? If it loads in time. But we probably got 3 minutes after that. Gens. Ah, fuck it. We'll do all gens. Yugong.